Hello. All right, so we're going to do the next page of notes, page 5, seismic waves. Just double check to make sure everything matches up. Again, put on page 5. The date that we did this was 11/16. All right, so we're going to flip over to the anticipation guide, and we're going to answer 3 and 4. Remember, you're doing on the left-hand side where it says before. Write true, false. Even if you don't understand or don't know what's going on, that's fine because we're going to learn about this. So number 3, S waves are the first waves to hit the surface. True or false? Number 4, aftershocks occur after an earthquake and can cause as much damage. True or false? All right, when you're done with this, let's flip back to page 5 and continue on with the notes. Here is a hint. Maybe you should draw some of these pictures on the side and on yours so you have that for any projects that we do later on to help you remember things. All right, so let's look at seismic waves. Seismic waves begin at the focus and travel outward in all directions. It looks almost like a radar thing, like a bing, 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 in all directions. These waves, these seismic waves, they are what cause earthquakes, or what are earthquakes, these waves. All right, so there's different parts to earthquakes. The first thing we have is the foreshock. These are the mild shakings before the major ones. Foreshock, so before foreshock, all right? So they're the foreshock, they're like, hey, something's going to happen. And then you have the earthquake, and then after the earthquake, you have the aftershocks. So you have foreshocks before, aftershocks. Aftershocks are the adjustment in the crust after the fact, after an earthquake, and they're typically smaller than the main earthquake, but they can cause just as much or even more damage than the initial earthquake. Because remember, once the earthquake's over, everybody wants to rush in and help. And when they do that, the aftershock happens, and it causes all these shaking movements, which then causes more damage to the people that we're trying to help out. Okay, so we're going to start looking at the waves, the actual seismic waves. The first one we're going to look at is the P waves. Now, P waves are primary. These P waves are compression and expanding. They compress, they squish, and then they go out, and then squish, go out, kind of like an accordion or a slinky. These are the fastest of all types of waves. These are the body waves, the ones that go through the earth. They travel through both solids and liquids. Very important. They travel through both. They're the first wave to hit the surface, but they don't cause a lot of damage. A little bit of damage, but not as much damage as everything else, okay? All right, so what we're looking at is a seismograph. They come from a seismometer. These are the things that record the actual earthquakes or when the earthquakes hit. Okay, so as you can see, here's the P wave. This is when it hits, and you can see, and then you get the S wave, woo, and then holy crap, that's everything, right? All right, so let's look at the E part. That is the S waves. So the S waves, as you can see right here, they vibrate from side to side or up and down. They look like an S. All right, they are slower, S, slow, secondary. Looks like a side-to-side motion. They're slower than P waves, faster than surface waves. These are another body waves. These are the slower of the two. They travel through solids only solids. So S, secondary, side-to-side. Looks like a snake. Solids only. These cause damage, especially when combined with L waves. So they cause the damage. And you can see the damage right here. There's some damage going on, right? And then we have these L waves, or the love waves. These are the worst. All right. They move up and down and kind of like side to side almost. It's a combo of them. And they're the slowest of all 3 types, right? And they only travel on the surface. They are the surface waves, right? And it's because the P and the S waves combine to form these L waves when they reach the surface, and they cause the most damage, right? Like, here's the damage. That's a lot more than the S waves. So when the S and the P waves join together, they form the L waves or the love waves. And you can see them, they kind of go like the up and down, side to side, compression-y type thing. Yes, L waves. All right, quiz time. Get out a piece of paper. This would be quiz 2, do seismic waves. Quiz 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, pause if you need. 1. Blank waves are the most destructive. Is it P, L, S, or radio waves? 2. Blank are shakes that often occur before the earthquake. Is it P waves, L waves, aftershock, or foreshock? 3. This wave moves the fastest of all the waves and can travel through solids and liquids. P, L, S waves, or surface waves? All right. This wave can only travel through solids. P wave, L wave, S wave, surface waves. These waves move side to side. P wave, L wave, S wave, radio waves. All right, let's go back to number 1. See if you got it right. Which one are the most destructive? You should have said L waves. The shakes that occur before foreshock. These waves move fastest of all wave types and can travel through solids and liquids. These ones are going to be your P wave. These ones only travel through solids. Solids, S waves. Side to side, S waves. Okay, so let's go back to the anticipation guide. We're going to answer 3 and 4 again. So S waves are the first waves to hit the surface. Primary, P waves. Primary, think of primary school, first grade. First thing to hit. They're the first ones to reach. Make sure you write this in the explanation. Aftershocks occur after an earthquake and can cause as much damage. Absolutely true. They can even cause more damage than the original earthquake. Okay, so let's go to the summary. How does the earth, so what I would like you to do is remember 3 to 5 sentences. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's all you need. How do the energy wave or the waves of an earthquake travel through Earth's layers? So blank waves, P waves, travel through what? And move this way. S waves travel through what? Or don't travel through. And move this way. L waves travel through this and move this way. Don't do L waves, just P and S waves. Describe the damage caused by each of the seismic waves. P waves cause blank damage. S waves cause blank damage. L waves cause blank damage. Which seismic waves travel the fastest or the slowest? Blank waves travel the fastest. Blank waves travel the slowest. All right, we are done. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Besides that, I hope you guys have a great day.